All right, so Kenya so far, after being here a relatively short time, has been amazing. Spent a lot of time outdoors and exploring, um, doing the forest, and we've been to Karura Forest and had a hike through there and the waterfalls. Been around some of the Karen outdoors areas as well, and just loving that. So I plan to do Mount Kenya in the coming months, and then Kilimanjaro in October. Um, and just yeah, I'm a very keen outdoors person. 9 years with this organisation, I still have an incredible passion for the vision of Nokia. This company's been around 140 years, which I think people sometimes forget. And it's been through some amazing transition in that time, from manufacturing paper pulp to rubber boots to consumer electronics to mobile, and it stood the test of time. It's an organisation that is driven around innovation, challenging new ideas, a challenger mindset, and we need to keep reminding ourselves. So as a leader, that's what I do when I'm looking at supporting teams and how we continually grow and innovate. And that's what the technology game is about. You do have to react very, very quickly, and you need to keep driving innovation, whether that's through product or how you take the product to market or how you actually do your marketing of the products. So that's something that I look at in my leadership roles and responsibilities. So passion for this great business and this great industry, but then also constantly challenging ourselves to come up with new and innovative ideas to make sure that we're ahead of the curve. I think the first question is what is a smartphone, and that seems to be changing constantly. And if you think about a consumer expectation of what a smartphone does, it needs to have great access to the internet and the benefits of the internet. It needs to be able to download applications. You need to be able to run your email or multiple email accounts, push email to you, whether it's instant messaging. There's multiple expectations from a consumer around a smartphone. And I think that definition has moved over time from quite high-end devices to now much more affordable devices. And I think where we play a great role in this story now is around the Asha devices that we have. People may have initially thought of those not so much as smartphone products, but they absolutely are. And in fact, GfK has redefined the definition around these devices to say that they are smartphones for what they do. Now, there's an interesting piece to recognize around these Asha smartphone devices, is that they are very well designed for an African consumer. So not only do they give you the benefit of the smartphone features, so you can download great applications, you can get multiple email accounts, you can run your social networking accounts very easily through it. You also have the ability to manage your data usage, right? They're not data heavy. So if you go through our browser, it's 90% more compressed than other browsers. You can really start to manage your costs on a monthly, daily or weekly basis. And that becomes very important, especially when you're coming into a cost-conscious environment. So data usage, how the battery performs becomes then a very critical piece as well. And if people start to play around with these Asha smartphones, they'll be amazed at what they can do, but then also the pure performance that people expect from a Nokia device. So I think from a smartphone strategy, that's a very big play that we're having here. It's been played out now through a great campaign with Let's QWERTY, a very young and youthful and vibrant campaign. And we've had great uptake. Consumer feedback has been to us directly, wow, you guys are doing something different. Your campaign, the tonality is different. You're kind of younger again. You're speaking more to us as consumers. So I think these are very exciting pieces for us to then build on. There are other great devices coming when you talk about more mid to high-end devices, something like the 808 PureView, which will be launching in this market very soon. 41 megapixel imaging quality is just a remarkable innovation coming into the smartphone space, and that's more at the high end. And then there's obviously the Windows Phone play that we're obviously now it's coming to market across the world. So we really focused on key markets initially, and really now we start to look at what is the opportunity within East Africa for Nokia Windows Phone. So two kind of key elements there is we're deciding on launch timing and priorities based on the user experience. So we want consumers to have a great user experience from the time they pick up a Windows phone. So then, therefore, you have to have your local language, you have to have your local content through the marketplace, which is the application store for